MiniMax just dropped the brand new M3 model, and this might be the most powerful and most capable open model that exists. You can use this to write and ship code, run agents that work for hours completely on their own, read images, charts, and even videos, hold an entire code base in just a single prompt, and so much more. Because this is the first open weights model to combine frontier coding, a million token context, and true multimodality all at once. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it could do and then walk you through 5 tests and insane use cases that I tested on this model. So, MiniMax 3 right here is absolutely incredible. This is a coding and agentic frontier model. It's got a 1 million context and it has native multimodality right here, which is absolutely insane. If we actually look at the benchmarks right here, we could see that it crushes on everything. It's crushing Opus, crushing GPT, crushing Gemini. On most things, it outperforms these, which is insane because it's a fraction of the cost and it's so incredibly easy to access, and it has quick API integration right here. You could use it for your AI coding tools, and this is pretty awesome. And it's powered by this right here, MiniMax Sparse Attention, which is actually built for ultra long context from the ground up. So the days are going to be gone if you're using this model of you losing your context window and the model beginning to hallucinate not that far into a conversation, a task, or a project. It's got text, image, music, everything all in one tool. And I just want to emphasize just how powerful this is, especially when it comes to very large context window things. For example, I've got MiniMax loaded up inside of my OpenClaw right here. We could see that this is powered by MiniMax M3 right here. And what I'm going to get this to do is go through and analyze a bunch of annual reports. And what this is really going to show off is the large context window. If I put the same task into another tool like Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini, it would fail, because if we look at this, 282 pages in this annual report. If we look at this one, 282 pages. If we look at this one, 274 pages. But guess what? This is going to handle this with no problem. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to put these annual reports in here. We could see that it is not going to pass the token usage limit that this has. Now this is going to go through and this is going to handle this task right here like a champion. And this is really one of the biggest things that I want to showcase here, is how good this is at being able to go through incredibly large reports like this, synthesize the information, and then give us back an answer, not only incredibly quickly, but without failing. Because like I was saying before, if I use a different model for this, even if I use the most powerful Claude model, it would fail. In fact, I literally tried that on Claude and it failed, which is exactly why I'm over here using MiniMax. And we can see that this isn't going to blast the context. Now, here's what I'd love about actually using this on OpenClaw. It went through and actually installed a skill that was going to help it do this and actually go through each key section of this and extract all of this and take advantage of it. And now look, this is literally going through line by line for each of these. It's getting a full picture of this. And this is absolutely incredible that it's going through, it's doing all of this. And then it's going to give us an incredible report, an incredible result here. And the context isn't going to be eaten up by such large files. Okay, so now we can see that this is done here, and this is quite incredible. So this goes through 10 cents, the 3-year read, goes through the headline that it is bullish, tells us exactly why, tells us exactly what numbers actually matter right here, what it likes in terms of opportunities, like the ad business as a stealth AI compounder, or international game cross a real milestone, or the mini shops, mini programs ecosystem is a WeChat monetization unlock. It also goes through cloud reach profitability at scale, capital return is structural, not opportunistic, and the valuation is undemanding. What worries me is it actually goes through AI capex is a crazy line. China AI price war is real. Regulatory risk didn't go away, just got quieter. Q4 sequential deceleration right here. The investment portfolio is large and volatile. Concentration in domestic macro, stock structure, and over things like this. And if we go through the bottom line, this goes through exactly how it feels, why it feels that way. And this is incredibly powerful that it was able to do this without failing. Now, let's say that you didn't want to operate inside a MiniMax agent and instead you like operating on Cursor. Adding this model in the Cursor is incredibly easy. You're literally just going to come over here into models. You're going to click on add model right here. Be able to come over here inside of the token plan. We could grab our API key right here and we could have this up and running inside of anything that we want. For example, OpenClaw, Claude Code, Klein, or any other OpenAI compatible tool, and integrate it directly into our workflow. We can have our agents running on it, coding agents, and this is a way more efficient way and just a way better model than the model that you're probably using right now. Now, before I walk you through the 5 use cases and tests that I just did with MiniMax that I think are absolutely incredible, I wanted to remind you that if you wanted to get started with MiniMax M3 today, you could go to the pinned comment below and get started with their token plan for 12% off. And there's no commitment, just grab the tier that's going to work for you because this is probably the most capable AI model that I've ever seen that's open. Now, the first use case that is absolutely insane that I wanted to draw your attention to is that the team actually gave M3 an ICLR 2025 Outstanding Paper Award winning paper on learning dynamics of LLM fine-tuning, and it asked it to reproduce the paper independently. The paper studies the large dynamics of large language models during fine-tuning, and in the end, look at this right here. M3 ran autonomously for not 1 hour, not 2 hours, not 3 hours, but nearly 12 hours, independently producing 18 different commits and 23 experimental figures throughout the process, and successfully completed the core experiments right here. This is absolutely insane. And not only did it successfully match your trend of prediction probability changes during the FT phase, but also clearly observed the squeezing effect highlighted by the DPO experiments, and it successfully verified the extended mitigation method proposed in the original paper. And why is this crazy? It's crazy for 3 reasons. 1, because of the context window required to actually do this. As we could see, none of the other tools were able to do it like MiniMax M3 was. Secondly, the ability for this to run for 12 hours autonomously, it's unheard of. It's absolutely insane. Most other models break literally just after a few minutes. And then finally, this required multimodal capabilities to understand the curves, the data, the formula inside of the paper while holding an incredibly long context window, and M3 was able to do it all. Now, the next use case I wanted to show you here is just how good this is at coding. So we're going to come over here, we're going to open up a new session. Again, we have MiniMax M3 via the API, which I showed you how to do earlier. We can see right here, I want to recreate this website, but for LinkedIn and X creators. So if we actually come over here and we open up this website right here, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. This looks like very clean, very good, goes through exactly why it works, has a bunch of stuff here, and this is incredible. But what we're going to be able to do very quickly with MiniMax is actually go through and get this to recreate it. So this goes through, actually checks out the site, goes through a quick read on it, then asks us a few different questions right here that it's going to need to know the answer to before it actually builds this out. We're going to give it those answers, and this is going to go off, and this is going to code this. And this is really what's incredible, is that this is as good as a frontier coding model. In fact, this is a frontier coding model, and this right here is pretty awesome. So now we can see it, this is actually going through and this is making decisions for us. So it goes through what the name is going to be, what the tagline is going to be, what the focus is, what the format, what the vibe, what all 22 of the tools are going to be, what the call to action is going to be, and now it's running off and it's actually coding all this out, and we're going to be able to see exactly what it looks like when it's done. And again, all the different scores that this got on the benchmarks really matter here. It's what makes it so good at actually one-shotting things, at being able to figure things out, at being able to go through existing code or even a website to be able to backtrack everything and then be able to recreate it. And this is incredibly powerful, not only for creating new websites, for creating new tools, but also for debugging code, figuring out what issues are, and even cybersecurity tasks. And now just like this has actually built this out. We could view it right here just by clicking here. We could see that we have PostBuddy AI. And this is incredible that it went through and it created this. This is based off of Content Buddy right here. Literally shows everything that this could do right here. Gives us an automation playbook, creators that are growing faster. This literally went through and created the entire thing. I wanted this with a dark theme because personally I think that the dark theme might look a little better for something like this. If we come back over here, we can see everything that it actually did. It'll go through next steps, and we could literally use this to code up any tool that we want, pretty much copy any tool that we want, fix any code that we already have. You could get it to go through your GitHub and suggest changes or find security concerns or anything like that. There's literally nothing that this can't do. And the best part about it is it goes through and checks the code before it gives it to you. It doesn't just ship you broken code. Now, the next use case I wanted to show off here is how good this is at actually dissecting images, which is pretty crazy. So what I'm going to ask this to do is I'm going to come in here and put a prompt like this. I want you to look at the charts in this photo and determine what they mean, what they're positive, if they're negative, and what we could potentially do to improve them. And I want you to be super in depth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to upload this screenshot right here that shows gross volume, new customer, disputes, payments, ARR, MRR, and all of this. And this is actually going to be able to go through this and be able to pinpoint different parts of the image, be able to extract exactly what it means, and be able to actually tell us how we should move forward given this information, which is pretty incredible. And now if we actually look at this, this is incredible how in-depth this report is that this went through and gave us literally just in seconds from looking at this image and all the context it was able to pull, things it was able to infer from it. So it goes through panel by panel, goes through the gross volume, what it means, the shape, the verdict, it's negative, why this action matters, goes through MRR right here, tells us the same story, goes through ARR, tells us the same story, goes through new customers, goes through the dispute count right here. If we scroll down, it goes through the actual payment breakdown, and it tells us that this is the scariest panel that it sees here. It goes through the verdict, goes through what is actually going on right here. So the payment infrastructure broke, most likely, which explains 70% of the picture. And this goes through, that's why so many things have failed versus succeeded. And this goes through exactly what that then creates. As a result, this goes through how we can actually fix this right here, goes through a specific incident right here, which it was able to pinpoint as a result of this photo, goes through acquisition channels might have dried up, what should actually be done next. So 1, audit the payment failure log. 2, check processor dashboard directly. 3, check the webhook integration and health. 4, look at the June 9 through 11 incident right here. Goes through exactly what we should do this week. Goes through the fixes that will actually compound what it will actually result in. Goes through metrics to add so that this doesn't actually blindside us again. And then what success actually looks like in the next 7 days. And this is insane that it was able to take all of this, extract all of it, literally just from a simple photo, and give us this incredible report with next steps, what to do, what the future should look like. And again, this is all because this has such a good ability to be able to read images. It's multimodal. It has so much context, and this can literally tackle any task that you want. In fact, I think this next use case is really going to blow your mind. And that is that we're really going to show off the multimodal capabilities here. So we're going to come over here and we are going to put in a prompt just like this one right here. I want you to create a script for a 15-second video about what came first, the chicken or the egg. It should be funny. In addition, generate a cover image, a 15-second video, and voiceover from this. I'm going to put from the script. Now what this is literally replacing an entire content creator's schedule right here and the things that they would do with MiniMax right here, which is incredible. This literally goes through, generates a script, actually calculates how long it's going to be. So now we can see that just like this actually went through and created all of this. We could see right here that this is going to be the cover image that we have, which again, I think looks pretty awesome. If we come over here, this is the video that I'm going to show you in just a second, 15 seconds long, exactly how we requested it. Now, the voiceover was a little long, but what this actually did, which again is insanely intelligent that it's actually able to do this, is it went through and it trimmed the voiceover to match the video, which is just nuts. Check this out.
What came first, the chicken or the egg? Scientists say the egg. Evolution.
So what are you waiting for? If you want to start building with the most capable open model out there right now, go to the pinned comment below and grab the token plan for 12% off, because it's going to allow you to start running M3 today immediately. And if you want to see another tool that MiniMax just dropped called MiniMax Code, I would strongly suggest you check out this video right here that walks you through exactly what it is and how it works.